This episode, we are in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas.
Woohoo!
We're gonna see so many cool things. We got a big day planned. I'm very excited. We're gonna have so much to do. We have unlimited.
Whoa. But can we do it for 60 bucks?
Let's find out.
All right, let's see if we can do it.
Challenge accepted. So we're out here right now in Arlington. This is AT&T Stadium.
Cowboy Stadium.
Where the Cowboys play. They do tours.
Yep.
Not in the budget, especially since I'm a Giants fan. And I'm not spending money on the budget to go into a house of the Cowboys, especially since we're in first place. So,
as of 2020.
As of right now, in this week of 2020, at 4-7, we are in first place. So let's see what else we can find that is in our budget for Dallas.
Let's go.
We're down at the Fort Worth Stockyards, and we're going to see a 100% accurate, authentic cattle drive.
Yes, goes right down Exchange Street.
So we're excited.
We're excited to do this.
How much does this cost? We'll go over that at the end of the video.
Perfect.
Up here at the end of the street, there was 5 banks. That's how many banks it took to take care of all the money that came through up here. Niles City was incorporated into the city of Fort Worth about 1922, and it's been here it's still going every day. So they don't do as many cattle sales here now. They do them more by telemarketing. But back in the day, when they first started all this, there was 2,600 pens and it covered over 100 acres.
Well, thank you.
You're quite welcome. Welcome to Fort Worth.
Thank you, sir. Never experienced the cattle drive before, so that was really cool.
That was
It's got
cool.
a little history from the local marshal.
Yes, that was
awesome. They did a little
awesome.
gunfight out in the street. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Really great to see a lot of history, but really cool historic area.
Right.
Reminds me a lot of when we were in Tombstone.
Right.
And it had that kind of feel.
Yep.
And then even a little bit of the old Tucson studio when we were in Tucson. So let's go and see what else we can find.
Well, and also we caught it right at time. There's a big rodeo going on.
That's right.
NPR rodeo?
NFR.
NFR. Wow, NPR.
National...
That'd be a different kind of rodeo.
I don't know.
Anyways, but
a
yes.
big rodeo going on.
So
we
a lot
even
of
learned
people-
the history of where the name rodeo comes from.
Yes,
But we're not
rodeo.
you'll have to write us and ask, why is that? In the comments, say, why did the name rodeo come about? And I'll be more than happy to answer the first 500 people that ask.
All right, let's move on.
Sounds great. So we are now in Dealey Plaza.
Right?
Obviously has a big moment in history in 1960 when, well, 1963, excuse
Right.
me, when President John F. Kennedy was visiting, he and the governor of Texas were driving just down this direction when, unfortunate, a shot rang out. Where it came from, we're not saying. But obviously, the president was assassinated. It was unfortunate.
Yep.
And it's a crazy time in our history. But it's a place of history and a place that you can go to while in Dallas visiting other things.
Right, right. It's good to be able to show kids and just to visit yourself, especially a lot of people maybe you remember where you were when he was shot, when you heard.
Right. So if you're of the age, tell us where you were when that happened.
Right.
And if you're not, then don't worry about it.
Yeah, just write in the comments. We would actually like to hear that.
So not far from Dealey Plaza,
Right.
where the unfortunate events happened, is the John F. Kennedy Memorial.
Right.
Obviously commemorating the tragic events that happened back in '63.
Yep.
So, kind of a nice little tribute to the former president.
Exactly.
We are in Clyde Warren Park, which is on the edge of the Arts District.
Right.
Huge Arts District here in Dallas, which is really cool. They've got a bunch of different sculptures all over the place, some nice, iconic looking arches and gardens and stuff like that. So we're gonna go around, capture some of the Arts District, and just really give you a feel for the flavor of Dallas art.
Yep. And it looks like tonight, we're missing it, but it looks like they're having a big old Christmas extravaganza, like a
Yeah, it looks like the tree
concert
lighting and
everything.
stuff.
Yeah, so, and they're staying safe with COVID.
Yeah, they're even marking off 6-foot circles on the lawn for
That's right.
each person to stand. So. It's a really big arts district. It's amazing. There's lots of different sculptures all over the place. And it's just really cool to just kind of drive around and see it all.
Oh, yeah.
There's a big sculpture in front of the Dallas Museum of Art and just lots of cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of crazy being out here on YouTube, filming these for you.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like someone's always watching us. That's a big eye.
That's a giant eyeball. Oh no, that's a video, man.
Great meal at Mia's.
Yes.
Now this place has been around since the 80s.
Right?
It's in a new location, but only like 3 buildings down from the original location.
It's not that far from the original.
So it's great. Now this is a place that's a Dallas, Texas Tex Mex institution.
Right.
Tom Landry, the former Cowboys head coach, Jerry Jones, the current owner, they've all come here, they all eat here, they love it.
Yes.
What did we have? So we started off with a nacho version, the bean and cheese nachos, and it's kind of cool because they come on round tortilla chips with each thing stacked on top, so it's evenly distributed, evenly distributed across all the nacho chips.
Right. And this is pretty common in Tex Mex food, is these nachos, not just a big plate of chips with cheese all over it. It's just individual tortilla chips with whatever topping you want.
And it was really good.
Yes.
And then we shared the beef brisket tacos.
Yes.
Which came with beans and rice. 2 tacos, came with onions and jalapenos on the side.
Right.
Really, really tasty. Nice, big. They had cheese on the inside of the flour tortilla. Had some
little
au
extra
jus.
gravy.
Yeah, really tasty. Then
that's what this place is known for, by the way, are those brisket tacos. And they are just fantastic.
They really were delicious. We had a little bit of a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
After Mexican, some spice.
Yeah.
Want a little cooling of the palate.
Yep.
They recommended the sopapillas, and I'm so glad they did. Delicious, big fluffy pockets. Reminds me of just a delicious, authentic dessert.
Oh yeah.
What's it do to the budget? Not sure. We're gonna have to take a look at the end, and we'll put that up on the screen when we go through the final tally.
Sounds good.
But it was a great meal.
Yes.
No matter what it did to the budget, this meal was delicious. Che bella. It's Italian though, so che bueno. We're out in North Dallas, Southfork Ranch. Let's go take a look. Yay!
All right, let's go. Yes.
There's a little wooden swing down by the pier. The moss hangs by the pines, been hanging there for years. When I took your hand and walked down to the dock, you told me
we're out at Southfork Ranch. You there's like a little museum, but you have to buy a ticket to even get into the museum section.
How much does that cost?
You'll see that at the end of the video. Nice try. Almost got me.
Almost got him.
At the end of the video, we'll go through all the costs. You can go to the ranch, kind of see the house from the parking lot.
Right.
And then go through like a shop.
Yes.
And that's where you can buy the tickets, or you can buy them online. During this time, they're kind of spacing tours out. So we're excited for our tour of the grounds and the house.
Exactly. Come join us as we go all around Southfork.
That's how I know.
So we're going to take a big tour of Southfork, the house from the TV show Dallas.
Yes.
So there was 2. There was the one original from the 70s and 80s.
Yep.
And then a reboot much later with the kids grown up and stuff.
In the 2000s.
From the 2000s. So the inside of the house has been redone.
Yep.
It's not where they shot the interior shots, but this is where they shot all the exterior shots. So we're gonna take a look, walk around, relive Dallas. Bum, 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 bum. All right, let's see if we can catch up with JR and Sue Ellen.
All right, let's go.
I know you'd rather see Bobby.
Someone's mama wore this dress in 1953. I bet way back then she looked a little bit like me in this vintage lace that we found on the road. In that dime store way out west, we started talking about a home, and that's how I know I belong where you go. Anywhere I'll follow you, the hills of Tennessee or the emerald ocean blue. Of nothing else, I've been so sure that baby,
for the cost, you get a little tour of the grounds by tractor.
Yep.
Then you get to tour the inside of the house with some history.
Yep.
Everything like that. Bear with us, it's a little windy.
It is a little windy, so I'm moving along.
We're gonna do the best we can on sound. So Anne's gonna have to
pump it up.
There we go. So we're out by the pool. A lot of pool scenes were shot out here.
Yep.
It's nice after the interior tour, which there is a cost for this whole thing. And like Anne said, we'll talk about it at the end. We want you to know what it is.
Yes.
But they release you, and then you get to go out and tour around the grounds, and they have some other scenes, some other memorabilia.
Right. They have barns, so you can see horses, cattle,
And
all
some
up
of the
close.
stuff, right? And some of the stuff is from the reboot show from the 2000s that you were talking about.
Right.
So some of it, if you only watched the 78 version of Dallas,
Yes.
it won't make as much sense to you. But we're going to take a look and we're going to see as much of Southfork as we can.
Like our moms.
Like our moms who loved. I sat through many of episodes of Dallas with my mother.
And my mother was a big fan of Knots Landing, which actually was a show that came after Dallas.
Spin-off.
A spin-off.
Yes. If we ever get out to California, maybe I'll tour Falcon Crest so my mom can get the whole nights of entertainment. Dallas and Falcon Crest.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
boy.
this has been fun. So let's take a look around the grounds now.
Yeah.
Where you
So this is an actual soundstage that they used for the reboot of Dallas.
Right.
I don't know who Elena was, but this was her cottage.
Yeah.
And they still have it set up so that you can see what it looked like on camera. They do put some plexiglass so you don't touch things and steal things.
The nice thing is the production studio set it up and they left it and said you can do whatever you like with it.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
take a look at it.
And it's included in the price of the tour. So there's no extras. It's one price.
Right.
You get to do everything. So it's not the only thing that costs extra is if you want to ride the horses.
Yes, if you want to learn how to ride horses or take a ride, that's a separate charge. It's pretty cool. Not for today, but
No.
Bobby socks and dresses sewn in blue. Sooner than we planned. Now everything's brand new. But you
Crazy.
yes.
Really cool to see where so many outside shots were done for the television show.
Right.
As we said during the tour, they didn't do the interior shots except for that one little cottage.
Right.
But it's still, every single exterior shot was here.
Yes.
And the family that owned the house only let them shoot
Oh yeah, this is good.
in June, July, and
Right.
August. So they had to do all their exterior shots for the coming season
Right.
in June, July, and August.
Because they didn't want it to affect their kids.
Right, and their school
Their
time.
schooling.
And they had to splice it all together, kind of like I do for this YouTube for you. And it's really cool
Yes.
that TV, movie magic, we love that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, that was an exciting time out in Dallas.
Yes.
And we started with,
Southfork.
can I sing this time?
Dun, 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 dun.
So we went out to the exterior shots of the television show Dallas.
Yep.
And it has a museum. It has a whole touring of the interior of the house, which they didn't do the interior shots. The
No.
only one that was similar was the kitchen,
Right.
which they duplicated and made bigger for the television show.
Yes.
So how much did that cost us?
It cost us $32.
So $32 on the budget for Southfork. Well worth it, especially for the historic moments of, I watched the show with my mother growing up,
Right.
so it was kind of cool.
My parents used to watch it, so and, yeah, it's a great time. It was really neat to go see that. I don't think a lot of people think to do that when they go to Dallas.
Yeah, and I thought it was pretty cool. Then we went down to the Fort Worth Stockyards.
Yep.
Fort Worth Stockyards.
Fort Worth Stockyards. Yes.
Fort Stockyard words. The Fort Stockyard. Can we say it wrong? Fort Worth Stockyards. Oh, tongue twister for me. So we got to see a cattle drive, which was
Yes.
awesome. There was a couple of museums, but for the whole area and to see the cattle drive cost how much?
$0.
Big $0. So that definitely helps the budget for sure, especially after Dallas being $32. So then from there, we went downtown
Yep.
and we saw the Dealey Plaza, where the unfortunate events of John F. Kennedy's assassination happened.
Right.
And also his memorial, which was kind of cool. All of that is also
Free.
free.
Yep.
If you want to do the book depository tour and some
Right.
other stuff, that does cost.
Yep.
But the whole area was free, so that was kind of cool. Then we went through the Arts District, which was also all outside stuff, also free. Even the giant eyeball, even though he was staring at you, he didn't put his hand out and ask for some money.
Ask for money.
So that was good. Then we were hungry, and we always like to try and eat food for the area we were. So what's better than Tex Mex in Texas?
Oh yeah, so we went to Mia's Tex Mex for food.
Right, and we had all that good food. What did all that good food cost us?
$25.95.
Which is a lot of food for not a lot of money. And it was very tasty, as we told you earlier.
Yeah, those nachos and the tacos and...
We can talk about all that.
Oh,
That's
man.
sopapilla, man.
That's so good. Oh, and the sopapilla. Oh, yeah. Slow motion.
So what does that bring our total for Dallas?
$57.95.
$57.95. So even though we started off pretty high, we were able to stay under budget and get through it.
Yes.
And we saw so many cool things and just had an amazing time.
Right. And again, it's, COVID right now, so it was harder to do things specifically in the city of Dallas.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to...
Yeah, there were some museums we had interested in.
Right.
There were some other things we wanted to do. We had to kind of make some adjustments.
Right.
But that was okay. It helped us stay under $60.
Yeah.
And it just gives us a reason to go back and get more sopapillas.
And more Tex Mex.
Exactly. So thank you for watching Dallas.
Yes.
And then the next city is Amarillo.
Amarillo.
So
some fun stuff there.
Exactly. So stay tuned next week for Amarillo under $60.
All right. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it.